Hello, my name is METİN. This is 105th part of explanation of my theory. Today no formulation. According to my theory and my formulas. 1. If you remember, I have told you before, all mass sources of meta-sensation perception matter, universe, are electron motion forms. 2. Radically, if we will measure and show their effects of masses, for instance, we must know wavelengths of electron motion forms. 3. There are countless electron motion forms of meta-sensation perception matter in itself. Distributions of electron motion forms populations, densities, as bounded or as free in meta-sensation perception matter are variable. Eventually, all of countless electron motion forms' direct or indirect interaction effects have been partly transferring to our subjective reality stages as objects. And if we cannot sense some of these interactions, these no sensation, no perception situations create the dark, void, space, emptiness illusions in our subjective reality. 4. All objects in our subjective reality are full of electron motion forms. Some have made joint motion, protons, etc. Some of them free. Whether at macro level or at macro level or at micro level, if we stay only in our subjective reality, and if we always look in our subjective realities objects, we can only talk about the mass and gravity roughly, mostly wrongly. 5. This is important. There are no action at a distance for mass and gravity. It means that electron motion forms, mass and gravity effects in meta-sensation perception matter occur only by A. Making joint motion including entanglement, B. Producing and propagating successive waves and making interference and making interaction with these waves. 6. In meta-sensation perception matter, without radiation and without radiation volume of meta-sensation perception matter, don't confuse with ether. No ether or no ether. Meta-sensation perception matter is absolute, unique, voidness, there is no emptiness matter. 6. In meta-sensation perception matter, without radiation and without radiation volume of meta-sensation perception matter, there will be no mass effect and gravity or pulling-pushing interactions of electron motion forms. So, what are the sources of radiations? We know that. I have told you before again and again. 7. Free electron motion forms are unique sources of producing and propagating successive waves, in other words, radiation, and continuous spectrums also. Except free electron motion forms radiations, nothing can transfer the mass and gravity effects. 6. More or less, almost all electron motion forms in the volumes of all objects radiate successive waves, I say objects, that spaced in our subjective reality. At that moment on, mass-gravity force interactions start between them, and like the shadows or like empty transparent volumes, all objects in the subjective reality obey these interaction laws. 9. Stars, our sun, plasmas are main sources of free electron motion forms. According to my theory and my formulas, temperature increases at the rate of the electron motion forms, free electron motion forms population, amount, density. 10. Other bodies, planets, our bodies, other objects have free electron motion forms also, but they have small amount of electron motion forms. 11. The stars, sun, have mainly a certain kind of free electron motion forms that have certain wavelength. These free electron motion forms are sources of continuous spectrums. These countless free electron motion forms produce and propagate successive waves that interfered and had highly luminous field all around us and all around our planet. We can name it aura. Without this medium and its internal laws that metasensation perception has intrinsically, there wouldn't be mass effects and gravity. This medium is the reason of the sun's pulling force on the earth. 12. Each object has this type aura. The power of objects, radiation mediums, auras, relates to amount of their free electron motion forms. Greater amount of free electron motion forms objects pull smaller amount free electron motion forms objects. Greater amount free electron motion forms mean greater amount waves and greater amount interference, hence greater amount luminosity. 13. What is the pulling-pushing mechanism? I will explain next. Have a good night. See you later.